Immigration reform, as you probably know, was a cornerstone of President Trump's campaign. But when an undocumented immigrant is arrested for a crime in Portland, Oregon, he or she may get jail time but will not be deported. And that's because Portland is one of hundreds of sanctuary cities across the country. But being called a sanctuary city may cost those municipalities billions of dollars. Aditi Roy reports.
Every day, Romeo Sosa helps more than 100 day laborers find temporary work in Portland, Oregon. As the executive director of VOS, a nonprofit group that works in immigrant communities, Sosa says most of his clients are from other countries, but he's not sure how many of them are undocumented.
No, it's not our job to ask.
It's a familiar response among civic leaders here. Portland is a sanctuary city by virtue of being in a sanctuary state. So what does that mean? Sanctuary policies range. In milder cases, local governments don't ask offenders about their immigration status. Stronger sanctuary policies require municipalities to decline requests from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, to hold suspected undocumented immigrants. It's not just a political statement. Some sanctuary cities and counties say they don't want to burden local law enforcement carrying out federal immigration policy and contend it prevents immigrants from cooperating with local officers, which hurts their ability to solve crimes. There are more than 300 sanctuary jurisdictions across the U.S., and they are poised for a showdown with Donald Trump. In his contract with the American voter, President Trump has promised to cancel all federal funding to sanctuary cities. Some legal experts say the law doesn't require local governments to comply with federal requests to detain immigrants.
If the Trump administration were to say, we're going to pull your federal funding if you don't comply with these immigration detainers, it's actually putting the cities between a rock and a hard place, because the cities then have to choose between obtaining this federal funding and complying with the Constitution, staying on the right side of the law.
If the president stands by his pledge, New York City could lose out on $8.5 billion in federal aid. San Francisco could lose $1.2 billion in federal funds. Seattle could lose $80 million in federal dollars. And Somerville, Massachusetts could lose $6 million federal dollars. Despite those potential losses, many cities like Portland vow to remain sanctuary cities no matter what Trump does. Even as some critics argue sanctuary policies allow criminals to walk free, which Portland's mayor denies.
We are not harboring criminals. If somebody commits a crime, certain misdemeanors and certainly felonies, people who commit acts of violence, murder, rape, burglary, they'll still be prosecuted here for those crimes.
Mayor Wheeler says even though the city receives $77 million in federal funds, he's not backing down from Trump. He's not the only one. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel has proclaimed the Windy City will remain a sanctuary city. And in New York, the Attorney General has issued a guide to help city and county governments uphold their sanctuary policies. For Nightly Business Report, Aditi Roy, Portland, Oregon.